Oh, really works.
Tom's for sale.
Toms, you mean I can be a good person and look like a good person at the same time? Wait, where exactly are you sending these shoes that I buy? Oh, no more words. Don't tell me. Just take my money. That seems silly, right? But that's basically, metaphorically, what you're doing when you give in to the charity bandwagon and not do your homework on what the actual charity does to help third world countries. So don't throw your money at people. This topic is important to me because I'm a health science major, and my purpose in life is to make sure that people, not only here but around the world, have healthy lifestyles and healthy environments. Charities help me do that, but it's an unfortunate fact that capitalism and money runs this town. So I always want to make sure that charities do what they are telling you that they are doing when they say they are helping third world countries. It is important not to buy into a trendy charity because the most popular doesn't exactly mean that it's the most beneficial. They do good in raising awareness. As you can see, Tom's is like wildly popular, but they tend to be inefficient when it comes to the actual aid that they provide to third world countries. First, in order to keep this speech short, I'm going to focus on Tom's because it's very popular and I'm sure a lot of you guys know about its buy one, give one to a child in need mission. First, I will talk to you about how Tom's helps third world countries, and then I will talk to you about how Tom's harms third world countries, and then I'm going to talk to you about what you should do about it. Okay, let's get started and talk about how Tom's helps. As you probably already know, that their mission is when you buy a pair, they give a pair to a child in need. Have you ever had that feeling where you're walking barefoot around the house or in your backyard and you step on a Lego or a pebble and it hurts, right? Well, imagine if you had to do that every day. That's how children in third world countries who do not have shoes have to live. And the cuts and the injuries that they sustain on their feet because of this can lead to crippling and fatal infections that could have been avoided if only they had shoes. Also, a reason that Tom helps that may not be so obvious is that many nations require shoes as a school uniform, as in a child cannot go to school if they don't have shoes. Obviously, this is where Tom's comes in. Since its beginning in Santa Monica in 2006, their mission, as they have written on the sole of every shoe, is with every pair you purchase, Tom's will give a pair of new shoes to a child in need. These shoes are made of cloth, rubber, and a whole lot of good intentions. So now that I've talked about how Tom's helps third world countries, I will talk about how Tom's harms third world countries. So I really like these pair of Toms. Like, if you haven't seen me wear them, I've worn them probably at least half of the times that I came to this class. What happens when the child gets the Toms? So they put them on, and it's all good for about 6 months. But what happens when the child grows out of the Toms? The age that the feet stop growing is about 17, but Tom's gives the shoes to school-age children when their feet are still growing and growing fast. And then what if the shoes wear out? These shoes, they're not dirty and smelly as they may look, but I only wore them for about 6 months in this first world country, and they're already sort of not so great looking. How would they last in a third world country with unpaved streets and possibly glass on the road? The problem isn't shoelessness, it's poverty. Let me tell you about another organization called Soul Rebels. They are similar to Tom's in that they produce shoes that benefit Ethiopian villages, but there are two plot twists. One is that they're based in Ethiopia, not in the first world, and second, that they don't give the children shoes, they give their parents jobs. Soul Rebels pays the parents 3 times the average wage of Ethiopia, pays for their health care, and sends the factory workers' children to school so they don't have to be workers. Instead of shoes, Soul Rebels gives the children a better future. The most trendy doesn't exactly mean the most beneficial. You must think and research on your own instead of giving into the bandwagon, instead of just jumping on it. Have you ever considered which part of what you're paying goes towards helping third world countries and which part of what you're paying goes towards a business person's paycheck? Okay, so a regular pair of Toms is $50, right? But in a 2010 documentary about Toms, they revealed that the cost of making a pair is $10. Obviously, you could send 5 times as many Toms as you could as what you're paying. That's kind of interesting, right? Toms tends to be a little bit mysterious about their business statistics, but that's what is the latest information on that. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to say that Toms is a horrible corporation and you shouldn't buy Toms, because if I was saying that, why would I be wearing them? I think that they do great in that they spread awareness in the first world where people wouldn't usually think about the third world in the first place. But when they do so, they don't actually provide the aid that they are advertising. When you see the blue and white flag, I want you to not think about shoes, but of poverty. By buying this or another similar item, you made somebody happy and healthy somewhere. If you continue to support genuine and charitable organizations such as this, little by little, you can make the world a happier and healthier place. That impact, unlike these shoes, won't wear out. That's it.